Ayman Khan here for Seconds Out with heavyweight Big Bang Zhilei Zhang ahead of his date on 22nd of February against Agit Kabayel. Big Bang, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really, really good. Thanks for asking. Even better to be speaking to you. Agit Kabayel, 22nd of February. Have you changed your preparations in any ways to tailor what Kabayel brings to the ring?
现在训练
Well,
和以
I've
前一
always
样，
been all
都
about
把自己
sharpening my
做好，
tools
然
and
后
getting
具
ready
体
for
的战术啊，具体
every possible
的
situations that happen
细
in the
节
ring.
啊，然后我们
Me
和
and my
教练
coach
一
are
直在
working
沟
very
通，
hard,
一直在
and
在
including my
做。
conditioning coach.
所以说
So
现
I'm
在包
going
括
to
体能
be
训练，
the
包括
all
质量
around
训练
the
呢，
best
表现
version
的
of
都非常
myself
好。
going to that fight.
我们期待着比赛的到来。
You mentioned there about your conditioning coach. Do you expect this to be a full distance fight?
我感觉应该
Everybody
会
knows
抓
my
不完吧。
conditioning sucks, my
但是这
stamina
个都
sucks,
不好说。
and every opponent
因为
trying
现
to
在他们都知
drag
道我
me
体
into the
能差，
deep water
然后所以
in the
说
later
都
rounds.
都
So
愿
I
意
have to
把
have to
比
do what
赛
I
往
have
后
to
面
do to
拖，
get the stamina up.
拖到后面，拖到后面呢，然后所以说现在我就加强我的体能。
But it take a lot to drag me into the deep water.
但是我
I
就
don't know
看
if they
看
are
他
able
们
to
能
do
不
that.
能把比赛拖到最后。
If that's your read on your conditioning, well, then your power more than makes up for your conditioning. Do you feel that's going to give you the edge in this fight, your power? And do you feel that Kabayel's fought an opponent that has the power that you carry?
应该
I
会
think
吧，
so, but
应该会
power
吧。
is
现
something I
在
try to
其实
forget,
在训练
not
中，
to
我
emphasize
们
in this
教
training
练肖
camp.
恩也在一直
Me and my
承诺，
coach
不要
Sean had been
过
working on
多的
this
去在
all
乎
the
力量，
time to forget about
然
my
后
power. I
把
need
第
it.
二还是把
It's
技
going to be there,
术这些
but
更
I'm
衔
trying
接起
to
来。
be skillful,
所以
be
说
better on the
忘掉
skill side
力
this
量。
time.
我们争取以技术来为主。
Speaking of your opponent, Kabayel, as a fighter, what's your read on him? How good do you think he is from the tape you've watched him, and specifically his fight with Frank Sanchez, which was his last fight? What did you think of him in that fight?
打得非常出名，然后现在又
I
年
think
轻，
he's young,
然后非常有活力，
he's
有
intelligent,
想法。
and he's hungry. He's definitely
是
on the
否正在
rise
强
and
劲？
trying to become one of the
上
greatest.
一次上一场打
Speaking
桑
of
切
his last fight
斯，
against
技
Frank
术
Sanchez, I think he
战
did
术力
really,
都
really
非常
well.
好。
But unfortunately, I'm not Frank
但
Sanchez,
是
and
那场比
it's
赛
difficult to predict
那
what's
是
going to
对
happen.
桑切斯，我又不是桑切斯。
You two have the reputation of being two avoided fighters. Do you feel that as you get the win, as you plan to do against Agit Kabayel, that you will finally get the world top title opportunity that you're looking for?
这个等打完卡巴耶尔
But
之后
it's a
再
good
说吧，
question, but
因为现
I can't look
在
past
比赛还
Agit
没有
Kabayel because without this
开始，
victory,
然后我
nothing
们
will be
把
possible,
所有的注意
and
力
none of
所
this,
有的精力全部
top of
放
the
在
crown
比
will
赛
be
上面。
possible. So
至于
my
比
whole
赛以
focus
后
right now is Agit
会什
Kabayel.
么样，再到比赛结束之后再说。
I understand that. I appreciate that. I just wanted to ask you, there has been some talk that the winner of your fight could then fight Anthony Joshua. Is that a fight you welcome?
It's a tough question because from myself perspective, I welcome this fight with both arms open.
想打，
But if
然
I
后
let's say God forbid if I lose this
下一
fight,
场
right?
我
There's
和
there's
卡巴耶
no
尔
more
比
Joshua
赛
happening.
结
But
束
if
之
I
后
win
看看
with
结
a
果如何。
tremendous
如果我输
devastating
了呢，如
fashion,
果我输了呢，
there's
这
no
就
more
不代表
Joshua.
我打了。
Everybody
如
knows
果我
that.
赢了呢，如
If
果
you
赢
look
得比较
terrific,
强势的话，
it's hard to get opponent
估
after
计他
that.
们也
But
会
I
力量
welcome that fight.
所以说，不管是谁，在我这里，我的大门都是敞开的，不管是任何人，都可以。
But I open doors to every opponent who wants to fight me and step up the challenge.
因为我不挑对手。
Yeah, because I'm not ducking anyone.
Okay, fair enough. I wanted to ask you as well about the big fight that happened, the big rematch that happened just the other day in the form of Usyk versus Fury 2. What did you see in that fight? Did you see Usyk as the rightful winner in that fight?
没有争议，没有争议，打得非常漂亮。
Usyk
然后
absolutely
比一番战之后
undisputed,
打得
and
更
I
好，
think he
比一番战之
delivered
后
a
打得也
much better
漂亮。
performance than the
所以
first fight.
说，
I
乌斯克
had
现
it
在是
I had it one-sided, in my opinion.
毋庸
I
置疑
think
的，
he's right now the king of
是个
heavyweight
重量级
division.
的霸主。
What do you think of Usyk's future? I mean, in terms of yourself as a competitor, I imagine that you'd want to compete against the very best. That's where you'd want to get to. But do you think that when you get there to the top, that Usyk will still be a potential rival, or do you think he might retire or move to cruiserweight, or that fight won't be there? What do you think about the future for Usyk?
这个
I think it's his own choice because he unified both divisions. In cruiserweight, he's undefeated. In heavyweight, he dominated everyone. I think it's his own choice, and he has every right and reason to do so.
After the fight, Daniel Dubois came into the ring and he took the opportunity to challenge Oleksandr Usyk in another rematch. Do you think Dubois now on this new form has the potential to defeat Oleksandr?
Be honest. Well, I think this past 1 year or two is a very fruitful year for Daniel Dubois. I think made a lot of progress, but in front of Usyk, I don't think he will be finding it very effective against Usyk.
We've now had a number of Brits who have had the opportunity and tried and failed to defeat Oleksandr Usyk now. Bellew, Chisora, Joshua, Tyson Fury, Daniel Dubois. Would it take a bit of Chinese power to defeat Oleksandr Usyk, maybe?
只要他们愿意的话，我可以一个一个去收拾。
No, if they want to see what it looks like, I'll step in the ring.
Can I ask you as well, in the fallout, a lot of people are kind of suggesting where Tyson Fury goes from here now, and the talk in the UK, of course, is about Fury versus Joshua. If that fight was to ever happen, who would you back in that fight between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua?
So I don't think that fight means a lot in terms of belts and championships, because when that fight has been talked about for years, when both of them had the belts, they were talking about it, and now none of them have belts. They're still talking about it. But I think it's a good way to see who is one of the best heavyweights in UK. But other than that, I don't really see a meaning of that fight rather than blockbuster.
Did you ever spar Oleksandr Usyk in your past?
No,
not even in the amateurs, because we're from two different weight categories, two different divisions. But I do hope to share the ring with him in professional boxing and see what happens.
I just have a final couple more questions for you. Dubois versus Parker, your prediction on that fight?
Well, my personal opinion is Dubois. I think he will get the victory.
And lastly, just your prediction on your fight, February 22nd against Agit Kabayel. What happens?
那预测一下你和卡巴耶尔的比赛呢？
我和卡巴耶尔的比赛，然后大家都拭目以待了，不用预测。Chinese power.
That doesn't take a prediction. Chinese power.
Zhilei Zhang, Curtly as well too. Thank you so much for your time. Looking forward to your fight February 22nd. I'll see you in London very soon. But for now, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your year.
Thank you.